Have you been feeling overwhelmed, stressed, out of balance lately? Do you crave for a pocket of peace and tranquility in your busy life, but you struggle to find the time or space? Then we have the perfect solution for you. Meditation on Wheels. It's an RV sanctuary traveling in the metropolitan Washington D.C. area, offering transformative meditation experiences. It's a movable oasis of calm at your doorstep. Book us today to come to your business, school, government space, or event. Why? We bring the calm to you. meditationonwheels.com.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. I hope you're doing well and really just navigating through this incredible school called life. It's all about learning about the remembrance of who you are. Right before I came on, we were really talking about this topic about being or seeking approval. Is there anyone out there in the world that has not felt that there is a relationship that you wished understood you, accepted you, endorsed you, praised you, who thought like you were the next best thing to sliced bread and butter? My apologies to the vegans. This topic came up because I was on a phone call last night and we were talking about certain things. You know, it's human nature to compare one's life with another person's. And after the departure of my mother, Sister Gita, I had made it, a public announcement, and some people apparently didn't read the announcement or get the announcement. And so they went around and said, we were never informed, nobody told us that my mother had passed. And I said, that's not true. The whole organization was informed, but maybe they didn't check their messages or what have you. But it eventually got to the people. And it was interesting where my mind went or where my thoughts went. My thought went that, well, I didn't even get a call of condolence from such and such a person. So either they maybe didn't think it was serious or whatever. And I'm not saying that I have to get a condolence call from anyone, but when somebody texts you or calls you or leaves a voice message where they've put feelings in it, it's a kind of an approval that I see you, I hear you, I understand you, I can feel what you're going through. When somebody shows a sense of interest in you, you feel that's a sense of approval. When someone is able to feel the matters of your heart without you having to tell them that something is wrong. I remember with my mom, one time I was away in Florida and she was in D.C. And for some reason she just called me and she says, Jen, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm just sorting out something. I was actually feeling a little sad that morning. I never told her. And she picked that up. And I remembered how powerful that experience was, that the love connection that you have from soul to soul will always serve you no matter where you are located. And I think what happens with many of us is we wrap our thinking too much into others, how others should be. We walk around with expecting the others to be a particular way. Now, that is a fundamental mistake or disease that we all carry at some point or the other. Not everybody is 100% free from not expecting something from someone, right? But I want you to pause for a moment and think about those many encounters that you've had with a person. When you walked away, you felt that you were not approved. It's like on the computer, we had some hacking on our bank account or something, and they blocked our bank account. And now we have to go through this process every day to go into the bank account and either disapprove, which means I'm not letting you in, or approve. That transaction means I'm going to have an engagement with you. I want you to hold that for a minute. It's just a button that you press. It's just a thought that you will have that will either give a person a sense of an approval or the feeling that they disapprove of you. Now there's such a deep topic here, because there are some people that are masters in using the habit of disapproval as a means of controlling and manipulating you. Very important. If that person has a form of authority, and within that authority they don't feel that you are complying by their means of authority or feeding the energy of the authority that they believe they hold, the way that they try to control you, push you down, or manipulate you is to perform a behavior with you as if I don't approve of you. I disapprove everything you do. I disapprove you. Now, you're on the other side of that spectrum. I have one relationship that has been trying that for many, many years. And you're on the other side, on the receiving end of that. How would it make you feel? Let's say, for example, when you do a life review, you feel that I've done everything right. Not only right, but way beyond my call of duty. And there's one person says, I don't care what she does. Who is she? She's not important. And you step back for a little bit and you ask, what is my learning curve here? First, do I feel hurt? Well, if I feel hurt or insulted, that's my ego. Don't you love Raj Yoga? It just gives you an answer for everything, right? So I'll step back for a little bit and I'll check my feelings. And I go, do I feel hurt? I might say, I feel hurt, but I also feel angry. And then you realize, well, that's ego, and then you've got a little bit of anger in it. All right, do you feel like you're in such and such and you shouldn't be spoken to like that or dismissed like that? Well, put a little bit of attachment in it. So what are you learning now by this person who's disapproving you? You're learning a lot about yourself. It is a process to really believe in your self-worth, I tell you. In my 20s, I thought my worth was the cars that I drove, the clothes that I wore, the way my hair was fashioned, the jewelry that I wore, the diamonds, the gold, the shoes. And that was a form of worth that I carried for many years. But when it came to my inner worth and inner dialogue, well, that's a work in progress, you know? And when you walk around in life where you feel like everybody has to give you approval, oh, is that a painful mistake one can make? Your seeking approval by everyone around you is setting you up for hell. Because even those people are seeking approval. So what do you do when you put a group of people in a room who all are seeking approval from each other and they don't give it to you? A room of people who feel so undervalued. It's kind of like a marginalized society of people who are starting to believe, you don't value me, you don't love me, you don't want me, you're rejecting me. So here's the big formula for today. Do you think that way about yourself? Forget them. Forget what they think about you. Forget what they're saying. Have you taken the time to see your gifts, your strengths, your qualities, your powers, your beauties, your achievements, your truths? Have you spent the day feeding those truths that are within you, those good qualities in you? Have you approved of yourself? I'm okay, I'm good, and I will be getting better. Have you done that work on yourself? This is really essential for people nowadays because so many folks are walking around feeling the energy of the person that disapproves them more than the energy of God who's approved you from the moment you were born. I was talking to Reverend Sylvia on the phone last night, and we were having an exchange about a particular person in my life that is so focused on, what's the word? Very focused on trying to make people think I don't exist. Let's just put it that way. Just one person. And over again, this individual tries to convey through their behavior, this person doesn't exist, she's of no value to me. And I have to tell you, I don't have a lot of people who have any problems with me, but even the handful, 2 or 3, who seem to want something that I was not able to give them, every person that has ever had an issue with me, she has befriended that person. I find that so interesting. Never the ones that I get along with and the ones who are helping me or doing things. And as I sit here in front of you, I think about what I'm learning in that particular relationship. The self-talk that I encounter within my own consciousness after I've had an encounter with that person. Where do I go inside? To the ego, the anger, the attachment, or the truth of who I am? Has love ever left you? It hasn't. If you're ever in a challenging situation and you don't know how to respond to it, when you say, love, what do you want me to do here? You will always get the right answer. Always, always, always. And if you can use that mantra at a time of a conflict or fear or insecurity, and when you're feeling that insecurity or fear or discomfort or a sense of low self-worth or disapproval of your own self, you step back and you ask, what does love want me to do in this moment? And love always tells you, let it go, set it free. You're good. You're good. And then after 5 seconds, you're like, well, but you know, so and so, and then you come back again. Love, what do you want me to do? Set it free. Give them your deep blessings. Say from your heart, I love that soul. I really love you. In time, things will work out. Set them free. Sometimes we walk around with tiny, if not large, tiny expectations on people. We go to people who cannot give us what we already have. It's called insanity. You are going to a place to drink water. There is no water there, but you are walking with a bottle of water. Try to wrap your head around that formula. How many of you are seeking approval from a parent? Some parents say you're never good enough. How many of you are seeking approval from your colleagues at work? your boss, your supervisor. Why? Have you done the work on yourself first? Have you been able to give yourself your own approval? Your stamp of approval is essential in order to help you to stop looking to others to validate you. In your teens and 20s and 30s, it's okay. But when you reach your 40s and 50s and 60s, that energy should be so less in you. And it does get less. But the seeking approval is actually an energy that is trying to wake you up, to turn your attention not only to God's blessings on your head, but to all the love that you've received in your life. That particular person or persons, people, who have showed up in your life to try to make you feel that you're worthless, look at it from a very broad perspective. Do you feel that you're worthless? When you do the work on that dimension, even what they say, you won't even hear it. Then there's the other side, the people who are telling you or are restricted in giving you love. They walk away with the feeling that they've just closed their hearts. That is a sin. That is also a painful experience. They too are seeking some sort of a subtle approval from you too, or else they wouldn't come in front of you loveless. You know, when Sister Gita's transition occurred, so many people from around the world, they called, they voice messaged, they text, they emailed, and there's a particular person that we would have just expected would have picked up the phone to call and give their condolence, and that was the person who didn't do it at all. We got an emoji. Sister Gita passed away. Sister Gita is an angel. I'm a beautiful and loving and powerful instrument, and what I mean by saying that, God has used me, I can't tell you. He has used me, and He'll continue to use me. I didn't even get a call from that person who you would have expected should have called you. I got an emoji. I got one text sending good wishes. That was it. I had to call the person to have them talk to my mother. And then I was on a meeting with people, and they were informed, oh, so-and-so is passed, this is happening. The person was so cold and dismissive. And I sat there and I just went, wow. I don't need this person's approval. I need my approval, God's approval, and to remember how deeply loved I am. That's the answer to today's topic. God will always approve of you. Second, you have to approve of yourself. Don't deceive yourself. If there are things within you that you have to fix, fix it. But you've got to approve of yourself in all the good ways that you have. And the third, go to all the people who love you. Think of all those people who love you. And even though that person or parent or friend or loved one or colleague might be with you in your life, you might be living with this person and they are dismissing you and they don't approve you, you have to keep checking yourself. Am I living in ego? Am I living in attachment? Am I living in fear? Because that's what that person comes in front of you to help you to see. You don't need people's approval. You need your own approval. But honestly, you need to check yourselves honestly. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, who you are becoming as a result of your thoughts, words, and action. It's not about other people. People show you who they are. Believe them. Don't expect them to change. In the same way that you show people who you are, people can't change you. But when you look at an elevated person that model beautiful values and virtues and principles, seeing that example can change you. I hope this touched someone's heart out there today. The most important person to seek approval from, yourself. You're not as bad as they say. You're not as bad as you might think you are. You're not as bad as you compare yourself to others. You might be so good that even God is blinding you from seeing it. And all you have to do is commit to performing actions that give good wishes, pure feelings, love, peace, and happiness. So let's do a little meditation today and sit with this vibration in you that I approve of myself because I'm God's creation. Yes, I've got work to do on myself. Yes, I'm going to develop complete faith in who I am, but also who I will become. And I'm really okay with that. Talk to yourself like that as we sit in meditation together.
What if I no longer carried any attachments? Attachments about who I think I am or how someone else perceives me, or attachment to my country or my gender, attachment to a religion. What would it be like to be free of attachments to labels and to simply be loving? So just for a little while, I invite you to let go of attachments. What if I was no longer attached to my name? How does it feel? Let go of your attachment to your gender. You're no longer a man or a woman. Let go of your titles. Let go of your nationality and experience yourself letting go of even your religion. Now let go of your body. If I don't have a name, a gender, a title, a nationality, a religion, or a body, then who would I think of? And who would think of me? It would be the Supreme Being that would think of me, and I would think of the Supreme. In this meditation, I invite you to sit in an experience of unlimited freedom in real inner power. Now gradually observe how the soul feels as it puts back on the awareness of the body, nationality, the religion, the title, the gender, and the name, and bring through these labels your experience of being with the divine and feeling free and at peace with yourself. Om Shanti.
Beautiful meditation, right? How are you feeling about yourself? Please put it in the comment section. And also, if you have any topics that you would like us to cover, please email it at meditationmuseum at us.brahmakumaris.org. Santosh, what is chat saying about seeking approval? How to break free from the need for approval. Breaking free from the need for approval is a transformative journey towards self-acceptance and inner peace. Here are some steps. Self-awareness. Identify the triggers. Recognize situations and people that make you look for approval. Nice. Reflect. Understand why you're looking for approval and how it affects your behavior and emotions. Where do you go when you don't feel a person is approving of you? Don't forget, there are 8 billion people on the planet. Stop wasting your time on the ones that don't love you. I'm telling you, it's such a waste of energy. There are 8 billion people in the world that can love you, and you're focusing your attention on the one that doesn't. Om Shanti to that. The second thing is build your self-confidence. Acknowledge strengths regularly. Remind yourself of your strengths and achievements. Very good. Set personal goals. Focus on your own aspirations and values rather than spending so much thought energy on others' expectations. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a person. Forgive mistakes. Accept that everyone makes mistakes and that they're part of the learning process. That is fundamentally true. Shift your focus. Internal validation. Cultivate a habit of validating your own feelings and decisions. Be mindful, stay present and mindful for your own experience and needs. Stop focusing on other people's opinions of you. Develop healthy boundaries. Assertiveness. So learn to say no and communicate your needs clearly. Limit exposure. Reduce time spent with people who constantly seek to control or judge you. That's a little bit tricky when you live with them. But it is possible. Anyway, surround yourself with very supportive people. I love my friends. And I love the family that surrounds me. And so these are positive relationships. Build connections with people who deeply accept and support you for who you are. And stop letting your thoughts go to the people who are ignorant of your value. Why would you put yourself through that sort of a torture? Anyway, look for role models, people who hold you up, lift you up, who make you feel better. Engage yourself in self-improvement now, because in some way they could be trying to signal to you you could do better. So there could be some subtle benefit in their lack of approval of you, but don't beat yourself up because of that. Continuous learning, pursue knowledge and skills to enhance your self-esteem, challenge those negative thoughts, replace critical thoughts with positive affirmations, practice gratitude. Gratitude will take you out of fear thinking. Accept your imperfections. I love that. Sister Gita was definitely the master of that. Embrace your vulnerability. Understand that it's okay to be imperfect and to show who you really are. Realistic expectations, set them, achieve them, and go high. If it's getting too much for you, then seek professional help. That's all. Find support groups that will help you. Have daily practice and affirmations, and keep journaling. Reflect on your seeking approval. Really is all about accepting yourself at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Chat Awakened Intelligence. And now for our Avyak signal, which we generally do every day after our advanced classes. You belong in God's company and God's family. There is now no need to go to any other club, etc. Let there always be such a sparkle of happiness on your face that your cheerful face works like a board. Advertising will take place through your face naturally. Thank you so much. What a wonderful Merlian class what a wonderful session that we've had today. It's a big topic, and I'm sure that a lot of people might say, I want more of this one, I want more of this session, this is really important. So let me say hello to the beautiful family online. Journey of Courage, Dale Evans, welcome. I'm glad that you feel much lighter, and keep your light going. Lolita, thank you. Sheila Anne Marie, this is the loveliest masterpiece. Cosmic thanks for the divine guidance. You are so welcome, Sheila. Thanks for joining. Hi Lily, D Rise, hi Yvonne, Om Shanti, hi Dinesh, Jyoti Ben, Jennifer Scotland, Madhavi from South India. Madhavi, you've got to come and visit us in America. I think you would love it. Shobha, Om Shanti to the number one mother. Jennifer Scotland, you're back. Bhagwati, Om Shanti. Dr. Ambati, thank you for taking such good care of Sister Geeta and all the sisters and brothers in the Brahma Kumaris here in Washington. We love you so deeply. From the days when you were doing rotations, it was great. So thanks. So Anita, Divya, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you want to reduce this energy of attachment in you, practice loving everybody the same. The way you will interpret yourself and others will totally change. It'll come from a place of love. Take care. See you again soon.
Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more.